Well, hello, welcome back. I'm going to be doing a sort of Unhaul challenge. How to smuggle in the wine, the librarian, Margaret. She doesn't like fun. But after the first episode of the Silent Library, you guys were amazing at recommending that whenever the sound level meter goes off, I should unhaul a book. So I thought, why don't I mix some things together here? I really want to do an unhaul challenge this month. So why don't I combine the two? So I have 6 picture books that I would like to read out loud. And I'm going to try and not laugh as much because every single time I laugh and I set off the sound level meter, I have to unhaul a book. I will put a counter on the screen for the amount of times I set off the sound level meter while I read each picture book. And then at the end of each picture book, I will unhaul however many times I set off the sound level meter. Is this really silly idea? Yes it is. So let's get into it. I have 4 of them on my iPad and 2 physically. Okay, now we really need to be quiet-ish so that Margaret doesn't hear us and kick us out of the library forever. Can't even remember what the limit is actually. I think it's 75. Right, okay, so the first picture book that I'm going to be reading is Mike Hunt Smells Like Fish. Mike Hunt smells like fish. Mike Hunt gets so hairy. Sometimes Mike Hunt bleeds. It can be kinda scary. Mike Hunt loves to squirt. Oh shit! And gets wet easily. Mike Hunt once got crabs and scratched endlessly. Mike Hunt gets ingrown hairs. Mike Hunt collects toys. Mike Hunt has a piercing and gets pounded like the boys? What? Sometimes Mike Hunt farts with great force and power. Mike Hunt is the freshest right after a shower. Oh my god, that is it. That's it. That was a very short picture book. A little bit too short if you ask me. Mike Hunt is very short. I have to unhaul 2 books now. The first book I'm going to unhaul is, and I apologise, A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I wasn't a fan, as you all know. Unpopular opinion, just really didn't like the second person narration. Wasn't for me. I'm sad though because it is a really nice edition of A Dowry of Blood. So pretty. Bye bye. And I'm also going to unhaul Jennifer McMahon's The Children on the Hill. I like this. I like this fine. I read this nearly 2 years ago now for Gabby's book club, the book troop, and it was absolutely fine. Oh shit. Doesn't count. That doesn't. And it was absolutely fine. It was a good little thriller, but I'm never going to reread it, so I might as well not keep it. I do want to focus on trying to unhaul books that I've read in this video rather than books I haven't read and lost interest in. We're going to try. We're going to try. Next, we have Mike Lit Shouldn't Be Hard to Find. Mike Lit's sensitive. Mike Lit doesn't hide. Mike Lit shouldn't be very hard to find. Mike Lit wears a hood. Mike Lit loves warm hands. Mike Lit doesn't care if you're a woman or a man. Mike Lit's favourite toys always vibrate. Damn it. I wonder why they always vibrate. Mike Lit enjoys time alone with mates. Shit. I'll count it. Don't ignore Mike Lit. Once you have consent, Mike Lit can swell up by 300%. Some people don't think that Mike Lit exists, but please don't make Mike Lit ask for a kiss. And that's the end. Guess Mike Lit doesn't last very long. That's 2 more books I have to unhaul now. I'm going to unhaul Finley Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead by El Cosimano. Love the first book. I already unhauled the 3rd book thinking I just wanted to keep the first 2. But I mean, I gave this, I think 3 stars, but I think I just want to keep the first book. I don't want any of the rest of them in the series. So unfortunately, I'm going to unhaul. And then I also have The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels by India Halton. I have read this too, and it was absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with it. Just nothing I would go back to, you know? So those were the 2 picture books that I had physically. There was some on Kindle Unlimited, so I have my iPad. So first up, we have Mary Has a Little Pussy. Mary has a little pink pussy. Aww. So cute. She loves her pussy so much that she strokes it every night. Get your mind out of the gutter. Mary likes to show her pussy to all her friends. She invites her friends to stroke her pussy as well. Oh. One of Mary's friend, Tommy, has a... What? That isn't supposed to have something so explicit. These were supposed to be vague, dirty, adult picture books. They seem vague. Okay, we're going to put Mary has a little pussy away. And we're going to go on to the next one, which is hopefully a lot better. However, I did laugh once during that. I'm going to unhaul The Burning Girls by C.J. Tudor. I really like this one. Again, I read about 2 years ago, but I don't think I'll ever reread it. It is a thriller, and when you already kind of know what happens in it, you don't really feel anything new when you read and read again. So I just don't think I could ever reread this and enjoy it as much as the first time. So unfortunately, it is going. Next, we have Put Tony's Nuts in Your Mouth. Tony has big nuts and small nuts. He has pecans and walnuts, nuts without or with a shell. There is no nut that Tony does not sell. Tony sells his nuts all day. He always has a line. Some say Tony's nuts smell great. Some say they taste divine. They drive or walk or ride the bus. They come from north and south to take those hot and salty nuts and put them in their mouths. Tony dips his chocolate nuts until they are just right. He knows your mum will take them home and suck on them tonight. BJ looks at Tony's nuts and tries hard not to stare as Stephen grabs at his nutsack and finds a big old pear. BJ plays with Tony's nuts in the closet at his house. Grandpa says he should just come out as he pops one in his mouth. Grandpa likes to go in there and take his camera with him. He loves to look at photographs when Tony's nuts are in them. Grandpa, he swears it isn't weird or queer. He says it's not a crime. Grandpa licks the salt right off of Tony's nuts sometimes. I'm scared. The girls too like Tony's nuts. Of this there is no doubt. Every girl around this town has put them in her mouth. On the way to school today, riding on the bus, the Johnson twins were in the back sharing Tony's nuts. Back and forth they open up, hoping that they don't get those big and tasty nuts stuck down in their throat. Even Miss Bulldike, the softball coach, and her special friend will have a go at Tony's nuts every now and then. There really is an argument Mount Rushmore ought to be a monument of Tony's nuts for all the world to see. Hey, I think that's the end. Okay, so I laughed 3 times that time, so I need to unhaul 3 books. I want to unhaul Aristotle and Dante, Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I read this 5 years ago now, I want to say, and I liked it. I did. Never going to reread it. It's a good gay time. A good old gay time. Mosaic by Catherine McCarthy. I read this one when I went to the Haunted Village, and it is fine. It's a good little horror novella. I didn't really love the ending. I thought the ending came out of nowhere, and it didn't really sell the premise all that great to me. But I liked most of it, but I'm never going to reread it. And you're going to think this is cheating, but I don't think so. But I want to unhaul Red Rising by Pierce Brown because I have a different edition of it. I like Red Rising. I like it a lot, but I already have another copy. Next we have Brenda's Beaver Needs a Barber. This is probably going to be hard. To read. Brenda has a beaver and she's ready to confess. As soft and sweet as it may be, her beaver is a mess. Brenda's beaver's big. Brenda's beaver's hairy. Every guy who sees it says that Brenda's beaver's scary. Brenda took her beaver for a swim down at the lake. By the looks that she received, she figured that was a mistake. She stuffed that furry mound into a swimming suit. It stuck out all around. It was anything but cute. Some who saw it laughed. Others were just stunned. Brenda's beaver was hanging out, soaking up the sun. Her friends could not believe her. They said, "We need to talk." They covered up her beaver and they took her for a walk. Damn it. Brenda dear, listen here, we want to help you out. Your beaver needs a makeover, it really needs it now. I hope we don't seem pushy, said her biker friend named Kim. Your beaver is too bushy. We just think it needs a trim. Savannah pulled her beaver back to show off what she'd done. Hers has a nice long landing patch. It looks like it'd be fun. Chrissy's beaver is quite rare. It could be worth $1 million. Hers is bare. It has no hair. Her beaver is Brazilian. Catherine let her beaver loose. She said, there's nothing to it. Grab some clippers and a can of mousse. We'll show you how to do it. Kim produced some scissors and Chrissy had some wax. Now all that Brenda had to do was sit back and relax. As they came towards her beaver, they said, now don't be scared. We're going to see what's underneath that frumpy pile of hair. It ended in just minutes. They didn't leave her much. When Brenda's friends were finished, she and her beaver blushed. How does her beaver blush? Well, I mean, her beaver was so tiny, they could not believe their eyes. It was smooth and it was shiny. It was hard to recognize. Now Brenda is so proud. It seems like every time we see her, she's in the center of a crowd, just showing off her beaver. So I laughed 3 times. Probably won't be able to say this book because it'll probably disappear. But A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. I have 2 copies of this book. So I'm going to keep the version I like. This is the Illumicrate version. It looks washed out. It doesn't look good. My Waterstones edition looks so much better. So I'm going to keep my Waterstones edition and unhaul the Illumicrate edition. I'm also going to unhaul The House on the Borderland by William Hope Hodgson. I read this not too long ago and most of it went over my head. Cosmic horror was not really something that I could wrap my head around, and what the fuck was that? And as much as I do like classics, I do think this one was like a little hard to grasp, so I'll never reread it. It was fine while it lasted. And finally, I've got a manga here called Lone Wolf and Cub. This is massive. It's quite big. And it was a fine manga. It's a kind of a classic manga. It came out years and years and years ago. And it was about a samurai and his kid. And there was just a lot of gore, a lot of fighting, a lot of violence. And not really quite for me. It is a bit dated. But it was interesting. Very interesting. But I won't reread it. I don't want to continue on with the series either. So now the last picture book is Come Swing With Us. Tim and Kate are swingers. They really love to swing. They swing high. They swing low. They swing with Sally. They swing with Joe. When they swing, there is no gnome. They swing with girls. They swing with boys. They wear their pills and they swing with toys. Don't really understand that one. They swing in masks. They swing in lays. But if you ask, they both will say, we want to swing with a unicorn. They switch. They swap. They push. They pull. Their swinging parties are always full. Kate will swing with 6 or more. While Tim takes pics. Pics galore. Tim likes to watch, so watch he does. Tim likes to film it just because. They swing in France and in Manila. They even swing with plain vanilla. They swing all night from dusk till morn. Hoping to find... Oh, crap. Hoping to find a unicorn. They know she's out there within their reach. Someday they will swing with her on the beach. While they try to find that beauty, Tim will swing with something fruity. Oh, God. And that's the end. Okay. These adult picture books do end abruptly. So I laughed 2 times. And I'm going to unhaul the No I Can't Even and No I Could Never books by Simon James Green. Even though these are personally dedicated to me and signed. These are YA books that I think would be amazing in another library. Not Margaret's library though. She's a bit homophobic. But I think these would be great in like a school library or something. And yeah, it's a very good YA, queer, coming of age books. So, now I can speak as loud as I want you, bitch. Wasn't that fun? I ended up unhauling 13 books from the You Laugh, You Unhaul challenge. Yeah, I can live with that. I do hope you enjoyed. Please do leave a like if you did and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave all the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know if you have any ideas for future Silent Library challenges. That would be awesome. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons and my One Piece channel members for supporting my channel. If you'd like to join my Patreon or my One Piece channel membership, then all the links are down in the description box. But yeah, I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye.